It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on 5 players that you should be stashed. But guess what? I got a guest today. It's the one and only CHB. What's up, bro?
What's good, TD? You know what it is. You know it's fantasy time. Then playoff time. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So
Fourth
give them
quadrant.
5 players. Four.
The fourth quadrant. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, guys,
That's the make or break.
CHB, you got 5 guys too?
Yeah, I got 5 guys. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And I got 5 guys. So, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. What's going on, Perfect Black? What's up, Zach? All right, man. Listen, we ain't gonna waste no time, bro. Let's get to it. You the guest. I'm gonna let you go first. Unless you got anything do you want to say before we get started.
No, we can get right into it. Let's get it.
Okay, let's go.
Well, we'll start since I'm wearing the colors. We're gonna go with fourth quadrant, Christian Watson, and in the quote the immortal TD, I said what I said. Now listen, guys. I know y'all might be down on Christian Watson, but look at it like this. This man is the guy. I don't care if it's Jaden Reed. I don't care if it's Roman Dobbs or Wicks or Malik Heath. It's Christian Watson. He's the most explosive. And the way it's going to go right now, sooner or later, he's going to get them boom games. He's long overdue. Put this man in your lineup. I'm saying it. Tonight, it's going to be an explosive game. We got them against the Lions. They got to go after it at this point because you know why? The Lions are going to bring their best with Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, the tight end. I forget his name again. What's his name again? The tight end
for Tucker Craft.
No, the tight end for the Lions. I'm saying the firepower they're going against.
Sam
Laporte, thank you. Yes, but Tucker Craft too. Either way, the Packers gotta have firepower, and their best option to win is Christian Watson. So get him in your lineup, or even stash him. See what he does. He's worth it. Randy Moss 2.0.
Yes, I love Christian Watson. I think that it's kind of like a David Njoku situation. I think he needs volume to learn to play in the NFL. He's not a great catcher of the ball, but if he gets the volume, I think he can have big plays. We see guys like MVS having a good year and struggle. So I think the right teams always help players. So I do like Christian Watson. I am starting him this week. And tonight, I'm starting him tonight against the Detroit Lions. So yeah, man, I think Christian Watson is a fourth quadrant guy, and he should be stashed. Now, the guys that I have are kind of a little bit more deeper stash guys, but I do believe these guys need to be stashed to help you for the fourth quadrant. You never know what's going to happen. Guys are going to go down with injuries. You need to have firepower on your bench. But the guy that I want to talk about, man, and he's got a little bit of an injury, but I think he's going to be okay. It's going to be Parker Washington from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what I wanted to see, I went and watched some film yesterday, and he was getting hyper-targeted by Matt Jones. So if he can be hyper-targeted by Matt Jones, I can trust him for the rest of the season because they don't have anybody as a slot wide receiver. Christian Kirk is out. Who else is out? It's a couple other guys. They got a couple other guys that's out at wide receiver. Yeah, Gabe Davis is out. All they got is Brian Robinson and Parker Washington and Evan Ingram. So I like Parker Washington to see at least 7 targets a game and be a great full PPR guy.
Yep. All right. So then my next guy this is more of a deep stash. This is a tight end that I'm pretty sure now you thinking about. I call him Barn Burner, but his name's AJ Barner from the Seahawks. Dude will put up points because I feel like he might be Tony Gonzalez with a little bit of Gronk 2.0 if they use him properly. Because look like this, DK, he's still hurt, right? Tyler Lockett's not really a thing anymore, right?
Right.
All they rely on JSN. Who else you got to rely on?
Outside AJ of JSN, nobody. Tyler Lockett ain't doing anything. You're right. DK a little bit volatile, right?
Right. AJ Barner, he's been just his safety net. And normally the Seahawks not really fond of tight ends like that, pause. But guess what? AJ Barner is that guy. I seen his game tape. I had him drafted way, way late in one of my dynasty leagues. I said, let me see what he does. And he's been playing off. So that's somebody to pick up the fourth card because there's so many targets ready to go. AJ Barner is a guy to pick up. Pay attention to him. You'll thank me later.
Right. I like him to be picked up and stashed. I don't know, man. You don't think it's better, guys? You think he's going to actually get the opportunity and enough targets to start him and feel great about it?
I feel like he's a stash play in the
Okay.
fourth quarter. They're gonna give him. They love him. They're gonna give him some burn because there's a lot of targets. That means if DK is really out, Ty Lockett's not getting no love. It's only JSN. You have so much. You have so much volume that could be had to him. That means touchdown upside. That means yak upside. Everything. I'm just
Right.
saying. I know it's contrarian, but I don't really call out tight ends like that. But I feel like this guy
Right.
could be the one to just look at. It's just a look at. If you don't work out, cool. It's a tight end. But if
Right.
he works out, you got a sleeper right there that you can be held for dynasty for a while.
Facts. Facts. I think he's a good stash. So what about what's the guy? Noah Fant. You don't think Noah Fant is gonna be getting targets?
He will, but it's like Noah Fant is very like up and down. Noah Fant is like
Right.
that one stock that will really hit high, but it'll stay low most of the time. But it's like you buy the dip, but most time the dip you buy is going to be this that a dip most of the time.
Right.
But he gets that one up, you gotta enjoy it while you can because it's going to be very few in between. I feel like AJ Barner is one of Mike McDonald's draft picks, so he's going to give him all the time in the world. Look like
Right.
this: they let go a lot of tight ends from past years. They drafted this guy. They believe in this dude. They already given him the green light. So why
Right.
not take a shot on him? I got other guys too, but I just want to kind of put that one out there that's been paying attention to. We'll see what
Facts.
happens.
Right. Right. I don't think it's a bad guy, man. And
Mm-hmm.
really, stashing is not a bad guy. As long as they got an opportunity if somebody go down or
Mm-hmm.
opportunity if certain situations, I think everybody's a stash. I mean, you never know, right? You never know from week to week.
I
Let's
mean,
go on to my number 2 guy. Is going to be a guy from the Jets. It's going to be Braylon Allen. Now, listen, Breach has in practice. So going to the game, he didn't look good in the game. He kept kind of on the sideline, like he was cringing on his knee. I think Braylon Allen is going to go out here and get the full workload. It's either going to be this week or next week. So you got to keep Braylon Allen stashed. And the reason why I made the video, because a lot of you already have him stashed, don't get tricked into dropping Braylon Allen because you want to pick up somebody else. Braylon Allen is a premium handcuff. Until your fantasy football championship is over, don't drop this guy because Breach Hall has a knee injury, and I don't know if it's the knee. I tried to look it up and see what knee was it. Is it the knee that he had surgery on? But I believe it is, and that makes me very, very nervous for his future too. So I like
I
Braylon Allen.
agree. I agree. I like Brady Allen because he showed me a lot. Because just from them times he did take over Breach, he is explosive. Dude is like that guy. So that is another gem right there. And the
Right,
thing is, I think that is the same knee that Breach Hall has been having issues with since I think his rookie year. And I feel like it's going to be a constant nagging injury. So they got to really temper his carries a bit because
facts.
he's not gonna be running the ball 30 times. You don't want to do it to him because you're gonna really run him to the ground, especially if he's gonna be a cornerstone of that team with or without Aaron Rodgers being there. Because we know that they still are a quarterback away, but they also are an offensive line away from being a great team again. So yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Right.
I mean, yes. This is another guy. I mean, we transition. We going. You still talking to Breach, or we want to go forward
No,
for
we
number
go.
three?
I'm good. I'm good on off of Braylon Allen was my guy. Yeah, we can go on to the number 3 guy.
I mean, for me, number three, he's on a bye week right now. But if he's available, grab him. I say Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez
Mm,
from the Washington Football Team, Commanders, whatever they want to be.
right,
Because like this, Austin Eckler is out. Even though Brian Robinson getting all the honey touches, Chris Rodriguez is going to get PPR points. That means
right.
catches, runs the ball, yak. And you saw how explosive he can be. They're going to
Facts.
run him. Eckler's not coming back. So if you got
Right,
anything else coming back, he ain't coming back. He IR, and that might be bye-bye for him.
right,
Rodriguez is a guy to pick up. Go for him, grab him. That's another contrarian. If you can't get Brett Allen, find Chris Rodriguez. You can win. He can win a championship later on. And he's coming off a bye week. So guess what? He most likely will be available.
right. And Brian Robinson has tendonitis in his knee. So Brian Robinson could go down at any time, and you could have the guy who's going to get what I would say 60-70% of that work that Brian Robinson is getting. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, with Brian Robinson coming off these injuries, I think you need to pick up Rodriguez. I think that's a good pickup
Yep.
and stash him. All right.
Exactly.
So my number 3 guy is going to be for Miami. Is going to be Jalen Wright. Now I've been seeing that Raheem Mostert he's injured. So Jalen Wright to me is more explosive than Raheem Mostert at this point in time. So we know Devon Achane is also volatile. You got to have Jalen Wright on your team. any running back that's starting for the Miami Dolphins is a must start. So if something happens to Devon A-Chain, Jalen Wright could be a top 12 and he could be a league winner and he could help you win a fantasy football championship. So Jalen Wright needs to be stashed on everybody's team. If you see this guy on the waivers and you got room on your team, you need to stash the guy.
Okay. Definitely. Jalen Wright is definitely explosive. I hardly agree. I have him in maybe 3 of my leagues, so he's definitely worth stashing. Not letting him go. So with A-Chain down, Jalen Wright is there because ain't nobody else after that. Mostert, yeah, he had a top season last year, but I think that was his swan song right there because he's not been a factor at all this year.
Right.
Yeah. My number 4 guy, he's with the Denver Broncos. I'm pretty sure he's on some people's radars, but he still may not be because of his age, is Devon Vele. Because he's been a safety net for Bo Nix in a lot of ways. He was a little slow to start. I'm gonna be honest, I did drop him because I just needed more defensive players for my league. I still have in a couple weeks, but my main one had to drop him because I need some defense. I have too many receivers. So he was just the first to go. Hey, sometimes you gotta crack some eggs to make an omelet. But he's more of like a Marcus Kostis type build because Sean Payton loves him. And he's somebody that can definitely potentially explode in the 4th quadrant, especially since the Broncos are mostly either playing from behind or Bo Nix is just throwing the ball everywhere. So he's definitely getting some love. So if you see Devon Vele, get him.
Right. And we don't know who is going to be the guy outside of Courtland Sutton. Marvin Mims is volatile. Troy Franklin is volatile. Vele is more consistent out of all those guys outside of Courtland Sutton. So I don't think you're wrong, man. I had Vele, but I just like to go with upside. And I thought Troy Franklin had a little bit more upside than Vele. But Vele is the safest play. So I think he's a great stash too. I'm going on to a running back that I've been telling y'all to stash for about 3 weeks now because of the Philadelphia Eagles probably winning that division and being the number 1 seed. It's going to be Kenneth Gainwell. Nobody's saying anything about this. You think Saquon Barkley is going to try to go for 2,000 yards in week 17? No. Why would you go and risk Saquon, get somebody falling on his knee, somebody rolling on his ankle, he getting a concussion? You don't need none of that. You don't need none of those problems. So I want to have Kenneth Gainwell stashed in case they say that, you know what, we might take out Saquon early this game. So now you have the decision if you want to play Kenneth Gainwell, if you want to play both of them, you want to squeeze both of them and play them at the RB1 and the RB2. So you're going to have that opportunity. So kind of put everything in your ball court where you can make the decision. You don't want Kenneth Gainwell being out there on the waiver wire and everybody trying to bid for him and you don't get him. And now Saquon gets benched second quarter because they winning by 14 points. And the guy to play Kenneth Gainwell and you lose. Stuff like this happens. So I think you should stash Kenneth Gainwell right now for your fantasy football playoffs.
Exactly. All right.
How you feel about Kenneth Gainwell, bro?
Kenneth Gainwell is that guy for me. It's like he's that guy that he can frustrate you, but he can also win you leagues. Because it's like he's been around forever, but he really hasn't. But yes, like you said, if Saquon's not playing, then yeah, you can get the ball to Kenneth Gainwell, and there's really nobody really compete against him for it. I mean, who you got besides Kenneth Gainwell? I can't think of the next guy.
No,
so he can
nobody else going to compete. Right, nobody else competing with that. Nobody else. It's going to be Kenneth Gainwell if Saquon is not in the game.
Right. So my thing is they're going to save Saquon because Eagles trying to win it all this year. I don't care what they. They're going to save Saquon because they know what it is. They know what it is. They gave him his revenge games. All right, he hurt some people. He got high plays. We know Saquon is that guy. And you was right. You was the first channel and to say Saquon is going to be a top 5 or a top running back this season. And I said, nah, I don't know, but I regret. Yes, I regret that. I regret not taking Saquon when I had so many chances to get him. But you live and learn. Not no one bats 1,000, but yeah, I give you 100% credit on that one.
Right.
And when it says differently, that's a goddamn lie. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't about pat my own back, but that's my niche on my channel. I think I'm really good in off-season calling things, man. And the reason why I was on Saquon, and I want to give y'all the gas. This is why I picked Saquon. I don't want to hide that. When as a football coach, every year you got to make your team better. So if I got Jalen Hurts, who's been killing it, MVP type candidate, but he's been getting hurt in the playoffs because of his body wearing down, running that the tush push, running the ball. I bring in a Saquon, you gotta automatically know I'm doing it to save Jalen Hurts so he can be healthy. Because I don't want Jalen Hurts running the ball all year. Now, they didn't have to have Saquon to have the year that they have. They could have got another running back that was okay. But they went to Saquon. So I knew you don't bring in Saquon to, well, I'm gonna rush this touchdown right here because Saquon, we don't need you. No, you bring in Saquon to run him into the ground for the 2 years that you got him, and let Jalen Hurts be healthy so you can win the big games against Kansas City or the NFC Championship, which they failed at. So that's why I was on Saquon. I'm like, yeah, they bringing in Saquon. Saquon about to eat. They about to run this dude in the ground. Now they so good, they're not even really running him in the ground. They that good. So that's why I'm talking about stashing Keenum's Gainwell.
Gotcha. Definitely.
Right.
All right. And my final pick, this is a rookie. I'm pretty sure everybody probably forgot about him, but I know his role is starting to tick up a little bit. And you might know him, TD, because he's battling with one of your guys. It's Jonathan Brooks. You know why? Because it's time. They let him heal up enough. If they had him on the Publix, it's time. It's time to see what you got in Jonathan Brooks. And guess what? They can give him all the opportunity in the world because what the Panthers got to play for. They worry about what next season going to be. And they drafted Jonathan Brooks with a high pick, so they want to see what they got in the guy. And he's going to get all the touch in the world. They're going to save Chuba. They just gave him a contract, yes. But my thing is, what's the point of running Chuba in the ground? Give Jonathan Brooks all the touches. Let him run. Show what he can do. And that way, you know, either A, you want to keep him, or B, trade bait. But he's somebody that can win you a fourth quadrant because that man's explosive.
I disagree with you slightly. I think he's a good stash, but I don't think that they don't want to run Chuba in the ground. Actually, they want to run Chuba in the ground. So, you know, running backs, when you give them 2-year deals, that's a 2-year running you in the ground deal, right? So you got to get the most money. I believe they want to be Detroit. They want to become a tough team, run the ball on you, play at, and throw it deep. And remember, the coach all year kept saying, we're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. But earlier, Bryce Young couldn't do anything, so they couldn't get the run game established. But once Bryce Young or Andy Dalton came in, the run game got established, and we saw Chuba. So Jonathan Brooks is going to be good. Anything happens to Chuba, Jonathan Brooks is the lead winner. Going to your point. But I don't think they want to save Chuba. They don't give a damn about Chuba. As long as he's out, they just want him to be healthy so they can win games, right? That's what it's about. But Jonathan Brooks is more talented than Chuba, but that doesn't mean he's better than Chuba. It takes time to learn how to play the game. So right now they're gonna keep running Chuba and Jonathan Brooks. As he gets better, they're going to give him more carries. But I still would rather play Chuba. I think he still gets the goal line touches because he's had a great year. He's a Pro Bowler. He might be an All-Pro this year. I don't know what the numbers are saying. Maybe he can't get there because of Saquon and Derrick Henry. But Chuba on a per carry basis, he's just as good as them. If you look at the analytics, as far as making guys miss, his targets and all that, Chuba is killing.
Yeah, he definitely killing it. I had him in like one league, but because I said, let me see. So definitely Chuba is definitely killing him. Surprisingly, that's one of the guys I've always slept on or not really paid attention to. But I said, let me grab him because he's there, and I'm like, oh, he's really killing it. Like right now, looking at his numbers right now, I think you wanted something right now. I'm looking at some of his numbers right now. Where you at?
Okay.
So as far as his rushing yards, where's he at?
What is about? It should be like 850 or something like that.
Like 850, 900, yeah. Because he's had like some first game wasn't too good. It was 64.
The first two games was bad.
Right, and he didn't. Then after that, from week 3 all the way to 6, he had a couple 100-yard games.
Right,
and then his week 10, 153. So he's up there. So he's definitely worth it. So definitely, I get it. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Right. Okay, the guy I want to talk about, and guys, I apologize. I didn't have this guy on my streaming list. I saw it, but I was like, well, I'm not going to the bottom of the barrel, but I missed it. The guy looked good, but I didn't think they would actually keep him out there. But I was off. I should have mentioned this guy yesterday, but the guy I don't want to talk about is Sincere McCormick from the Las Vegas Raiders. You have to. Yes, if he's out on your waivers, go add him immediately right now. I'll wait while you do it.
Got me right now.
What if you're the Las Vegas Raiders? Let me ask you. This is what I always do. You the coach. What are you going to do? So what running back you going to start, CHB? I mean, you ain't got it. If you're gonna start, Alexander Madison, just say it. Don't say Sincere because I said it. If you the Las Vegas Raiders coach, who are you gonna start? Y'all out the playoffs.
I guess I mean maybe go back to Zamir White, maybe again. Maybe
you gonna go back to Zamir where he ain't did shit all year. He ain't had 30 yards in a game.
I mean, you said don't say what you said, so I like
right. I get it, but I'm playing the devil's advocate a little bit. What I'm trying to say is, bro, you trying to find what your team is going to have for 2025. So you need to let Sincere play. You played ball in high school. At the end of the year, they're going to move some of the JVs up and let them play because the varsity, y'all didn't make the playoffs. So I'm not going to sit here and play. Now, the seniors are going to play, and that's a little bit different than pro ball. But the other guys, I'm going to get some of my young guys in to get them some reps for the next year. So you got to see what Sincere does. Everybody out here is trying to battle for playing time, so I'm watching. So you let Sincere get carries. Now, listen, does Alexander get some carries? Yes. Does Amir Abdullah get some carries? Yes. But Sincere ain't going to be sitting on the bench like he was earlier all year. So I think Sincere is sneaky because if he comes out and has another good game, that is a starting RB as probably a top 24 RB that is going to be out there on the waivers. So go get Sincere McCormick right now and stash him. It won't hurt your team.
Get him. Oh, I can't get him. You already gone. Dang, I can't get him. Dang, I was too late. To the party. Oh well.
Yeah, it's my bad. I should have said something about him yesterday, man. I messed up. I made a mistake.
No, that's on me. You know why? Because I should have been on it too as well. Because I think I've learned enough to know. All right, let me look at some people who get ahead of the curve. So that's on me though. But you live and you learn. Right. You gotta be quick with it.
You do, and you never know. Sometimes guys have a good game, but that doesn't mean you should pick them up and stash them. So until I really broke down, sometimes I got to sit down and just meditate, man, and watch the film and just go with my gut and all of that. I'm like, damn, man, Las Vegas Raiders. Why would they they're not worried about Alexander Madison. They need to see what Sincere got. And so that's a great opportunity for fantasy managers to have another running back to put in your flex. That's how you win. You try to beat people in the flexes. But guys, I got two bonus guys. So thank y'all for everybody that watched the live. I'm gonna take care of y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a couple bonus guys. But this one is probably not. It's kind of obvious, but maybe not. It's going to be Zach Charbonnet. I've told people for years that Kenneth Walker he's not a running back that I want to draft and make my team depend on him. Zach Charbonnet need to be stashed. Zach Charbonnet can catch passes, and that's safe in full PPR leagues. I think they might start splitting carries because Kenneth Walker is not getting it done, and they need to pass the ball. So I think Zach Charbonnet is going to be probably getting 50-50 and some goal line touches. So if you want to start him, I think it's going to be okay. And if anything happens to Kenneth Walker, because he's been nicked up a little bit, you're going to have a starting running back. So I think you need Zach Charbonnet should not be on anybody waivers. And he's probably not, but I had to mention him in this video. The next guy that I want to talk about that's the bonus guy is Kamani Vidal. Gus Edwards is just a big old plotter. Kamani Vidal, they might be losing, and they need somebody to go out to get outside and catch passes. And Gus Edwards can't do that. So why not Kamani Vidal? They also playing against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs is a tough defense. So in order to beat the Chiefs, you have to put their linebackers and isolate them. And the way you isolate them is the passing game through a pass-catching running back coming out the backfield. You're not just going to be able to drop back and throw it to Quentin Johnson over top of McDuffie's head. It's not going to happen. So you're going to have to find ways to try to support this defense. And I think Kamani Vidal is the guy that needs to be stashed. And you might end up having a guy that's going to start for you week 17 or week 15. You never know. So stash this guy.
Yeah. Those some good stashes right there. Like I said, Gus Edwards.
Yes, sir.
He definitely passed his prime.
Yes, sir. So I want you to help me with some, bro. We ain't got that many, but I want you to help me with some of these questions in the chat if you don't mind. You got time?
I got time. Yeah.
Okay.
We live.
All right. First of all, though, I want to talk about So I want to do my prediction. I want you to do your prediction. My prediction, I think Green Bay wins the game. And y'all better not copy my damn DFS lineup that I'm about to tell y'all. Don't copy my shit. Because if I go and I see anybody, I see Zach Seaman in the DraftKings or FanDuel, I'm gonna talk junk to you. But
You know he's gonna be there.
I'm putting Christian Watson probably as my super flex, like my MVP guy. I think Jordan Love is going to have a good game. Green Bay's really good passing the ball. I think they got a lot of weapons, and the way you beat Detroit is passing. You don't beat Detroit running at them. So I'm picking Green Bay, bro. Who you picking?
Word. Who am I picking?
Yeah, who you picking?
I mean, you see I'm wearing, right?
I know. I want you to tell the people. I want you to tell the people.
All right. Let me give people they want. It's Green Bay all day. We are going to go in there and we're going to beat them. You know why? Because it's time.
Right.
Green Bay got their bumps and bruises, but it's time. Jordan Love going to be the man.
Right.
Christian Watson going to be the man. And guess what? Detroit, nah. Y'all had your chances. Nah, now it's time for us to reclaim the North because it's ours. Right. So, yeah, we got this easily. High scoring game, though.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Right, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think Green Bay gonna win this game tonight. People been sleeping on Green Bay. Green Bay got one of the best rosters in the NFL. But okay, first one is from Zach Seaman. What's up, bro? He says I got Jordan Love, Amon-Ra, and Jaden Reed in Dynasty, 9-4 record. Bro, you killing it. Jordan Love, Amon-Ra, Jaden Reed. Yes, sir. What do you think about that lineup?
I love it. I mean, Jordan Love, Amon-Ra, you winning right there. And you got Jaden Reed, so Jaden Reed can get him in around. He can get them the touches. He get the touchdowns. I mean, Amon-Ra, same thing. You got it. And like I said, Jordan Love, he is definitely a top 10 quarterback, probably soon to be top 5 in the future. So you definitely got to admit, you got the trio right there.
Perfect Black says, big ups, TD. Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate you always showing support to the channel, man. I appreciate you being here. Perfect. Ronald, what's up, Ronald McDonald? He says, TD, the local legend. Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, he's from North Carolina, bro. I didn't know Ronald been following me for about 2 years now, man. He's like right down the road from me, probably like 30 to 45 minutes.
Wow. Talk about small world.
Come on now.
Yep.
Ian Taylor said, TD, it's the fourth quadrant. Let's go. Yes, sir. Hey, guys, ain't nobody else talked about the fourth quadrant. CHB, when did you hear me start talking about the fourth quadrant?
For the longest.
Right. And the reason why I started talking about the fourth quadrant, I started seeing players that hadn't did shit all year playing big for my team in the championship weeks. And I'm like, you just can't fade these guys and leave them up on the waiver wire because somebody else going to get them. So I started drafting my team to win every week, but also stashing fourth quadrant guys like rookie wide receivers, Tyrone Tracy, Brian Thomas Jr., those type of guys who I know later in the year, they're going to be top 12, top 5, even some quarterbacks. So, yeah, man, the fourth quadrant is very big, guys. You got to stash rookies for that.
Definitely. I mean, I'll say that TD, he definitely knows his stuff. He definitely is patient with a lot of players. I know me, I'm more like, I ain't to win now because I'm trying to dominate right there and there. But patience is definitely a virtue. I'm patient with a lot of things, but then when it comes to fantasy, sometimes my patience can be a little bit off. But he's more patient where he's like, nah, hold on. He's like a Jedi master of all this stuff, man. I'm like on some Darth Maul stuff, like, all right, no, we need to,
Right.
So that's why
I'm very patient. You're right, man. Other people have told me that. I'm very patient. Like, I won't, like Christian Watson, I haven't dropped him in none of my leagues. Not because I like him, but because I know what he can do. There's also other players. I got Isaiah Likely still on my team. He ain't done shit since week 1. But I won't drop him because I know what type of offense that he's on. So, yeah, got to be patient, man. In the fourth quadrant, we'll reward you if you can be patient and also get into the playoffs at the same time.
Gotta tell him. It's the truth. Patience is a virtue. I will say that every time.
Jay the Ball 49er says, I hit 42,000 on a $20 parlay. Let's go. Hey, bro, you killed it. Yes, sir. Send a super chat or something, man. Show support.
Super chat.
Chris Vila, what's up, Chris? He says, hey, I got Gibbs, Montgomery, Dowdle, Irvin, and Debo. Need 2 running backs in a flex. Do I want to stack Detroit today? No, I think you need to. Bucky Irvin needs to be in your lineup. So you need 2 running backs. So I'm gonna say Bucky Irvin, Jahmyr Gibbs. I gotta go with Rico Dowdle over Montgomery because they playing against Cincinnati. So I'm going with Gibbs, Dowdle, and Irvin. Who your 3 guys that you're gonna go? 2
Rico
running backs
Dowdle
and
over
no flex.
Rico Dowdle over Montgomery.
Yes.
David Montgomery.
Yes.
The
Rico playing against Cincinnati, bro. he been balling out for the last 2 weeks. It's the fourth quadrant, man. We gotta be open minded for all the players. Now, listen, I know what David Montgomery is, but I can't leave Dowdle or Irvin on my bench trying to squeeze the Detroit Lions against an okay defense against Green Bay. That defense is not sorry.
Right. As a fan of Green Bay, I was worried about them with the run sometimes. Yeah, they got better, but it's just you've seen it happen so many times with Green Bay. Like they'll do good, all of a sudden that big run play just destroys the whole game. Like every time. I'm still having nightmares about the Mostert game. 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 50 receiving yards. That's how I had nightmares.
Right.
I mean, only thing is I want to say Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm just worried about that whole Dan Campbell situation, what happened recently with him leaking the playbook. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. I'm sorry. Put me
Oh
on
yeah,
game,
yeah.
bro.
So here's what happened recently. So apparently, Jahmyr Gibbs, when posting goes wrong, he posted the playbook board of their offensive line formations. So what they kind of did was it was like Dan Campbell found out live while he was on the press conference, and that was kind of embarrassing. Now they saying that was a plan. That was a plan that they planned. I'm like, no, I don't think no coach is going to show their playbook like that just to try to throw off a team. That's like if it was the case, that's some pure diabolical genius. But when I saw Dan Campbell's face, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I'm like, "Ooh." So he could be in some doghouse stuff. I don't know, but just keep your eyes on that because normally if a player does something like that, the coach might let it go because he's a star player. But I don't think Jahmyr is that star level yet. But you put the whole playbook board up there of offensive line formations. So that's a big no-no right there. Like, come on, man. Like, and it's even worse is his homeboy was in the picture. Pointing at the playbooks. I'm like, this could be a trick, or it could be, nah, this is when posting goes wrong. So keep an eye on that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So who you started? Who's the guys you started? What 2 running
Bucky
backs in the flex you started?
Bucky's definitely one. That's a given. I'm sorry, I can't go with Donald. I'm sorry, I just can't go with that. I know
That's
it's.
fine. That's why I brought you up here, bro.
I'm gonna still go with. I'm worried about the Gibbs, but I'm gonna go with Montgomery.
Okay. So you're going with Gibbs and because you got to have 3. He needs 2 running backs in a flex.
I think 2 running backs. Well, I said Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin,
Right?
and then who's your next 2?
Oh, you know what? Just because, just to squeeze, just go with your Gibbs and Montgomery, just to play it safe because we don't know what the real trick is. Now, if you see Gibbs not getting a lot of love, then you heard it here first.
Right.
I predicted it. But if he's going off, then all right, that was a play. So
right.
So yeah, go with I would say play it safe and just get them 2 because you never know what's going to happen.
Right. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what you said. I don't think you can go wrong, but sometimes you got to split hairs, and so I'm willing to get a little cute and go with Dowdle because of what he's been doing the last 2 weeks, and the matchup is so gravy for him. But we splitting hairs here.
Right.
Let's see. Thank you, Stacy, for helping us out in the chat. CJ says, "Hey, cuz, can you crip date an Asian girl named Suwoo?" No, man, I'm not in the game. I'm not in the game, bro. I'm not in the games. I'm a working man.
I'm a square, so nah, I ain't about that life.
Right. Tell Drake says, "What up, fantasy? I'm rolling with Jordan Addison against the Falcons secondary. Nothing wrong with that. I've been talking about Jordan Addison all year. I didn't know if he was going to be a 4th quadrant guy because I thought he would do good during the regular season, but it looks like he's going to be a 4th quadrant guy because they are triple teaming Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison getting 1-on-1 every single time. Him and TJ Hawkinson.
Yep, they gonna eat."
Dub Nation says, "Need 1 for the flex. Mooney, Addison, Westbrook, and Keener or Kenneth Walker. Need 1 for the flex. I'm going with it's between Addison and Kenneth Walker.
It's
I'm
between
gonna go with Addison over Kenneth Walker because of Kenneth Walker having a little bit of a injury this week.
I'm torn between Addison and Mooney because I know Mooney been balling too a little bit this season, more than more than Drake London. Because some like Kirk Cousins like Mooney a lot, but Addison been catching on too, and he's really explosive. I mean, going with a better quarterback. I hate to say it. I'm not hate to say it because I've been a fan of the guy. I'm still going with Addison because Sam Darnold, he's having a resurgence career year. Kirk Cousins, he is what he is. He can be very up and down, but Sam Darnold has been killing it. So I mean, yeah, I'll go Addison.
Dub Nation says Marvin Harrison Jr. or Brian Thomas Jr. To me, both of the guys are starts,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna make me choose, and that's fine. Either way, I don't think I'm gonna be wrong. Because both of those guys should be started. But I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go with Marvin Harrison Jr. because of Matt Jones. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is gonna be okay. He's gonna get the big play, but it's hard for me just to be easy and simple and say, "Oh, Brian Thomas Jr." Because if Trevor Lawrence were there, I probably would say Brian Thomas Jr., but I'm going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to be a fourth quadrant guy. I think they've been building up for this, so I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr. Who you going with, bro?
I'm gonna be contrarian and go with Brian Thomas. I mean, I feel like Mac Jones might surprise us and hyper target him too as well. He got Parker Washington,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he's gonna get him involved as well too because you got two good receivers. Why not get Brian Thomas involved? So that way the offense is not predictable. So like
Facts.
you got a dog in Brian Thomas. It's proven. So why not get him involved? And this is probably Mac Jones' last chance to show he can play in the league well. So you better use them receivers, or else it might be the bench for the rest of your career, buddy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Taylor says Kincaid or Juwan Johnson. I'm going with Juwan Johnson.
Same, Juwan Johnson. Because I don't know about an injury with Kincaid.
Stan Steve says Fantasy Good Sports. Yes, sir. You at the right spot. Yes, sir. Teldrick says Justin Jefferson will score a touchdown this Sunday, but I think he gets double teamed and Addison and Hockenson should eat. Facts.
Facts. Yeah. Definitely.
Fats says pick up Braden Allen or Trey Benson for PPR. You go first.
Braden Allen.
Yeah, I'm going with Braden Allen. The reason why I'm going with Braden Allen over Trey Benson, because both of them are great stash, is Breach Hall injury. Connor is healthy.
Right. They just paid Connor too. Like you said, they're gonna run him into the ground more.
Right. There you go. There you go.
Yep.
KL says J-Mo or Westbrook and Keener. I'm going with J-Mo.
I might go Westbrook and Hannah.
Right.
I don't know why, but he's been scoring touchdowns like crazy lately. I think he's been leading league in touchdowns the last 4 weeks.
Right. I don't want to be the dude that invests $1 million in Bitcoin and then it fall off.
I'll
I
take
don't
the
want
risk
to be
right
that
now.
dude. Wait, he's been killing it. It's growing. Bitcoin is growing. I invest all my money in it and then it fall off. So
I'm
I
a roll of
mean, and
dice.
I'm being funny right now, but I'm going with J-Mo. You know, I like boom players.
Right. I mean, Westbrook and King can boom too. Just saying, he can boom.
Have he boomed this year though? I think he been getting like 13, 14 points a game.
Yeah, but it could be that one game he really boomed to get them all the touchdowns. He might get
Facts.
3 or 4 touchdowns in the game. Surprising. Calvin
Facts.
really ain't been getting touchdowns, but for some reason, and Keenan just finally getting the end zone. So why not use him?
Right.
See what happens.
Right. I agree with that. Westbrook can definitely boom. They both are stars, but I got to go with J-Mo. I think J-Mo is here with his booming ability, and I think Westbrook is down here. That's just me. But Kelvin said, "Star who? Debo Samuel or Quentin Johnson?" I guess I'm gonna go
You
with
go
Debo.
first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say
I'm going
Debo.
with Debo. Yeah.
I'm not going against Debo, even though he hasn't been playing well fantasy wise. I'm not going against Debo. That's just like I just saw like that other game the other night. He was running back kick returns. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You know what? Hey, you like it? I love it. So he might take kick return back to the house for we know. Score a touchdown receiving. He might pass for a touchdown. He might do a running touchdown because they do that with Debo sometimes.
Facts. Billy Ray Valentine says, "I got $5 on Green Bay tonight, and I think you're gonna win that $5."
Man, he gonna win that easily and more.
Sports Dog said TD 100. I'm in the 4th, and if I take week 14, I'm in a 3-way tie at 6. So if he lose, I think he said he's going to be in a 3-way tie at 6 and 7, but ahead in points. So a win and I'm in tonight. Do I play Love or go Herbert Sunday? I'm going with Love tonight.
Love is love. Go Love, man. That's the only option. Like, come on,
Did
man.
that boy just quote Sizzle? Did you just quote Sizzle?
No, of course, Ed Lover.
You said Love is love.
Ed Lover. That's before y'all time.
Oh, okay,
Ed Lover.
okay.
You know, Yo MTV raps.
Right.
That's way before y'all time. You know, I'm like 60 and everything.
Right. But yeah, I'm going with Jordan Love over Herbert, man. I like Jordan Love. I like the matchup against Detroit in this rival game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy game.
Dollar Bill says, bruh, what's up, bruh? Appreciate you being here. Terrell T says, yes, McCormick. T Jones says, gut feeling only. Watson does what tonight? I think Watson has a big play for a touchdown. What do you think, CHB?
2 touchdowns, 100 yards.
Woo! I would love that.
Yeah, I would too. Shoot.
T Jones says, I picked up Sincere everywhere.
Everywhere?
I guess he got him in all his leagues. He picked them up a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
He says, starting Sincere with confidence this week. I like that, T Jones.
Okay.
Terrell T says, picked up everywhere also. Could be a league winner. I guess they're talking about Sincere. Perfect Black says, I picked up McCormick last week. I play in deep leagues. Okay. Stacy, what's up, girl? She says, lesser of two evils. Chubb. That's my quotes. Chubb or ETN. I gotta go with Chubb for the fall-in touchdown.
Why you gotta do this to me? Why? Oh,
now you see what I go to on a daily basis.
Oh my gosh, Chubb or ETN. I mean, it's like they both can go off, but it's like, dang, you got the Hank Bixby effect, but then Chubb is still not all the way back, but he's doing stuff. I don't have to go with Chubb just because that man's a monster.
Right.
He already squatted 600 pounds off a broken leg. I'm like, huh?
Right. I like ETN, man, but he playing against Tennessee and he's not catching crazy amounts of passes. So I got to go with Chubb all day. She says, I know left out, and now Jamar Chase is questionable. Didn't even know that.
Didn't know that either. Oh, that's yeah, crazy. Hold up. It popped up. Limited by ankle issue.
I think he's going to play. I don't know. He didn't get that contract, though. He didn't get that contract. He might not play.
I mean, that means T. Higgins time. You know how I feel about T. Higgins. T. Higgins, pay up. He about to get that money. He about to get paid. Hold up. If y'all watched Hard Knock last night, I don't know if y'all caught it, but they've been talking about Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, but for some reason saying they believe out T. Higgins, and T. Higgins be right there leaving him. I'm like, oh, I know he low-key mad about that because T. Higgins was, people don't know, T. Higgins was there first before Jamar Chase. But I still feel like T. Higgins can be a guy.
He is. He just hurt all the time. He's still a good talent. He just hurt all the time. I think he'd be good to go somewhere where they need to add another weapon, and I think it'd be perfect for him, like Baltimore or somebody like that. I think he'd be great.
No, don't go to Baltimore now. You saw what happened to Deontay Johnson, right?
But that Deontay ain't T. Higgins.
I know, but I'm sorry. No. Listen, T, don't go to Baltimore. Don't I respect the Ravens, but no, do not go to Baltimore, man. I'm sorry. No. I'd rather you go to like the Chargers at this point. I'd rather you go to the shoot. I'd rather you go to the Titans at this point. But don't go to Baltimore, man. So no.
Stacy says, I have Watson too. I love and hate this shit. Laughing my ass off. Yes, it's tough. It's tough. It depends on who you got and who you're gonna play Watson over, but I'm playing Watson tonight.
Oh, Malik Neighbors got a groin limited at practice Thursday.
Groin issue? He got a little bit of injury too.
Oh, he gonna probably chill. He ain't doing nothing.
T. Joe says Green Bay wins. Sounds live. Green Bay. I think they gonna win tonight. Myself. Big Will says, "What up, fam? What up, bruh? Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth." T. Joe says, "I have Watson. My opponent has Reed." Wombat Zombak says, "Come on, Packers. Y'all need to get it done for us tonight." I think they can, bruh.
They will. They will.
Boy. What's up, Durf Boy? He says, who to play in my flex? Amari Cooper, Madison, if he plays. Who you think? Amari Cooper or Madison?
Alexander Madison.
Yeah.
Go more, man. To me, the no-brainer is Mark Cooper. I take that risk with Mark Cooper than Alexander Madison. Alexander Madison might run for a yard and break a nail or something.
Especially with McCormick. Right.
Exactly.
Watson or MVS off waivers. That's easy. That's easy for me. I'm gonna go with Watson. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm wrong for that. I'm just going with Watson. The matchup is too good. MVS is good, but I think they're gonna miss Taysom Hill.
They definitely miss Taysom, and it's crazy. You were speaking of Taysom Hill, and he just gets injured the next day. I'm like, dang.
That's fantasy football.
Yeah, here they go tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going Watson on that. I mean, even MVS former Packer, but nah, I'm gonna go Watson. I'm focused on the now right now. Watson all day. 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. I'm putting it to the universe. Watson,
Yes,
I need you to be the man. Okay? Forget Jaden Reed. Watson, you are the man. Okay? Christian
right.
Watson is a very good dear friend of mine. He's going to dominate. He told me.
Right. Big Will says I have Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, A-Chain, and Nel Garendo from waiver. Start 3. Garendo,
A-Chain.
Jahmyr Gibbs, and A-Chain.
In that order.
Mm-hmm. Big Will says CHB.
What's good? What's good?
Wombat says needs specifically the Packers to beat the Lions tonight. This is a huge game for us Eagles fans. Ooh, yeah, to get that number 1 seed.
That's right. That's right.
Kenneth Gainwell. Sam Mason says, is there any way that this week Will Levis is a number 1, is a one and done huge play? I think Will Levis can get a huge play, but he also can turn the ball over 2 times, too. So it depends on how your scoring format is. But Will Levis is a good streamable quarterback this week.
I was speaking Will Levis real quick because I thought he would have a better season this year than he's having now, because I really saw how Bill Callahan was speaking so highly of him, like, oh, he's ready. He's ready. I'm like, oh, we might have a Joe Burrow situation, but he hasn't, for some reason, not put it together. And he has weapons. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, when you had D-Hop, you had Cal Ridley, you had Chica Congo, you got Tony Pollard and Spears when available. But my thing is, like, I'm not sure why he's not putting it together, even though Hopkins is gone. You still got Ridley and Akina and your running backs. But what's going on? I think there's something going on from that we just don't really know. So
I think Will Levis has to learn how to be a quarterback. I think he has a lot of athletic ability, strong arm, but he got to learn when to hold the ball and throw the ball out of bounds. And Jameis is still learning that, and Jameis is 30 years old. So it takes time. And I think Will Levis got to learn the turnover game, but I think his talent is second to none. He can make any throw on the field, and he's very athletic and he's fast.
Right.
So he got to learn how to less turnovers. Don't turn the ball over.
Right.
Chris Kofish says, what up, TD, man? Y'all see Josh Reynolds off hour over there in Jacksonville? He taking Parker Washington position. I don't think so, unless Parker Washington hurt. Josh Reynolds is not the same player as Parker Washington. Parker Washington is a phone booth player. Josh Reynolds is a solid, tall wide receiver that can jump ball you, and he runs decent routes. Parker Washington is the quickest guy on the field with Christian Kirk being out. Okay, let's see. Let's finish this. Mitch says Detroit Lions will be limping to the Super Bowl.
I think because of injuries. Yeah, Detroit Lions, their defense has been banged up badly. Man, I think they lost Aiden Hudson. That's a huge loss. They lost Alex Anzalone, who's, like, to me, the captain of their defense, in my opinion. And then their corners, they can get burnt a little bit too. I mean, Terry Arnold can have good games, but he also can get cooked as well. Brian Branch is still good, but once again, he can't do everything. So yeah, I mean, they might be limping. They just got to make sure they need more help on their side more than anything. So we'll see what happens.
Right. Guys, so my phone was going dead, so I gotta kind of get through this. So I'm gonna cherry pick probably for the members. Renato says Tracy or Christian Watson. I'm going with Tyrone Tracy.
I go Watson.
Charlene says, love Monty over Dowdle, just my opinion. Respect that.
Respect.
MVM says Tracy or Dowdle. Actually going probably with Dowdle over against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I go Dowdle as well. So one time.
Sport Dog says TD 118 PPR Superflex. I have Saquon Bijan in my RB spot, and I picked up Isaac Guerrero and using my flex with Juwan Jennings, bench Addison or Warren. Any changes? I think Jennings. I think I'll put Addison in over Jennings. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd go Addison over Jennings because, like I said, Jennings had that one hot game and he cooled off ever since. Whereas Addison could go off any given time. One play to the house.
Right, and also Brock Purdy is a little injured.
Yeah.
Sal says, would you start Najee or Guerrero? Guerrero all day. Also need to drop one Brooks or Coleman. I'm going with Coleman. Need to pick up a kicker because I got Guerrero off waivers. Yeah, so I would go with Coleman and I would play Guerrero. Who you playing, Guerrero or Najee?
Guerrero.
Mr. Henderson says Marvin Harrison, London, Keenan, Westbrook, pick 2. I'm going with Marvin Harrison and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has been hot. I think that's the cheat code for Caleb. So I'm going with Marvin Harrison and Keenan. Who you going with?
I second that. Yeah, Marvin Harrison, Keenan. Yeah.
Ed says Detroit 24, Green Bay 20. Hopefully that's not the score. King of Nike says, should I drop Josh Downs or Watson? I would drop Josh Downs. Because of the night. But if you ain't gonna play Watson tonight, then I don't know if you're gonna ever play him. So hold on to Josh. But Watson got a better matchup this week. Josh Downs is injured, and AR don't have a good relationship with him.
Nope.
Charlene says, what up with Ridley? Westbrook is balling. What's up with Ridley?
Calvin Ridley.
Westbrook is balling. I don't know. Westbrook, and I told a lot of y'all about Ridley, what he is. But a lot of you drafted him to be some type of superiority number 1 wide receiver. I just don't think he's that. So I think he's had a great season compared to what I think he is. Charlie said the Lions DST have a lot of injuries. I agree. Stacy says we did that one already. Conscious Machine, what's up, bro? He said I'm playing Watson.
There we go.
Stacy says I have decent wide receivers: JSN, Chase, London, Tillman, Watson. So yes, I would play JSN and Chase. And I actually, man, I could be totally wrong, but I'm playing Watson over London. What about you?
Definitely Watson over London because I don't know what's up with that offense still to this day.
Kale says, how do you feel about Wicks and Dobbs out tonight? I loved Christian Watson.
Yeah,
I agree
I
with
love
you,
Watson
Conscious.
too.
Wicks is kind of garbage. Caesar says, yo, Love or Baker must win. I'm going with Love. Who you going with, CHB?
Love.
See, there you go with the sizzle. Charlene says 8 Lions defensive players and 1 offensive line man is injured.
Ooh, that's gonna be hunting season right there.
Dirkboy says, I meant to say who to start out of Watson and Amari and Madison. I'm starting Watson over Amari and Madison.
Watson to all questions answered.
And I'm not rushing you, bro. I'm just trying to for my phone go dead. Conscious says people need to look at Travis Homer right now. Yeah, you can look at him, but that's kind of bottom of the barrel. But I could be wrong. I can't get to every play, and I always tell CHB about that. If you find a sleeper, like he talked about Puka Nacua, bro, I can't get to Puka Nacua and Rashid Shaheed. I might get a couple of sleepers, but I'm not gonna be able to get all the sleepers. I'm not on Homer. I don't know. Are you on Homer?
No, because I've seen this before with Homer, and he wound up doing absolutely nothing every time.
Right. Ed Tate says Swift didn't practice. Homie is a play this week. Homer. King of Nike says Collars, AR5. My running backs are Braylon Allen, Bucky, Joe Mixon, Chase Brown, Ramondre. Wide receivers are AJ Brown, Tyreek, Zay, JSN, Josh Downs on IR, tight end, Trey McBride. I want to add a wide receiver, Coleman, Watson, or Adam T. I would add Watson. Chris Cofit says, yeah, Parker Washington also is questionable with his shoulder injury. He is. That's why maybe another wide receiver could have a position. But I think if he plays, I'm starting Parker Washington as a streamable guy as a flex play. What's up, Travis Looney? Mr. Anderson says Tracy or London in the flex. I'm going with Tracy. Sal says Burrow or Hurts. I'm going with Hurts. Over Burrow. Yeah. I think Burrow, Dallas Cowboys gets to him a little bit, especially with Jamar Chase injury.
Higgins.
You going with who?
I said Higgins is going to have good. I mean, he still got Higgins.
Right, Higgins. I got you. Mm-hmm. And Travis Looney says Tua or Kyler. I'm going with Tua. Yeah. All right, guys. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully, I can get CHB or Harabi to chop it up with me and give y'all some different perspectives for the playoff run, which is the fourth quadrant. So I appreciate everybody being here. But, bro, usually I would ask you to go ahead and shout out everything, but I don't want the phone to go dead without me in the live. So appreciate you being here, bro. And hopefully you can go live with me again soon.
I'll be back. More often. But shout out to you bring me on the show today. That's all I got today.
Stacy said, great show. She basically telling me, hey, get somebody to come up there with you because we tired of hearing you force Christian Watson down our throat. Pause.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe we gotta bring back Fantasy After Dark in the future. You know, I'll be on there more often.
Right. Fantasy After Dark is hard. I gotta wait till 11 o'clock all day to go live. She said, "Nah, I'll laugh out loud." Yeah.
All good.
But I appreciate y'all being here. I'll see y'all later. Peace.